Hey there, I'm Retro Master Beater, going way back again to the first year of the NES in America, 1985, to play me some Excitebike. This is a fun little game I remember first playing in the arcades, and so I was really excited when it came out on the NES and you could play it at home. Or vice versa, maybe I didn't have an NES when it came out and then I played it in the arcade and then realized you could get it at home, but in any case, it was a game I really liked. The home version they even threw in a design mode where you can make your own tracks, but, you know, not really going to mess with that now. So the mechanics are pretty straightforward. You gas with the A button and turbo with the B button. However, as you hold down turbo, your engine heats up. Too much turbo and you'll overheat. So there's this constant back and forth of hitting turbo regularly, especially to jump, but anytime you're in the air or while you're just cruising at top speed, you can switch to A in order for your engine to cool down. And then there's also these double arrows which you can run over to reduce your engine heat back down to a low level instantly. That's a crucial element in maintaining top speed throughout the levels. So I'm going to go here with the NES on the B tracks, as A levels are just you racing against the clock, but the B levels are racing against the clock and on the other opponents on the track, and that's how the arcade did it. Let's go with the more authentic experience. Alright, so for each track you have an initial top time that if you beat it, you'll get first place. They also have listed on the screen a third place option, which you must at least come in faster than third place to continue on playing the same game. If you don't come in at least third, your game is over. The first few tracks is pretty easy to get first place and win, but the difficulty cranks up really quickly. By track 4 and then of course track 5, I don't even know if I could ever win without some cheats or even save states, which I used, or practicing a ridiculous amount. It's almost like you have to perform a flawless run, and I'm just not the kind of guy that's going to put time into that. My goal was to get first place on all 5 tracks, but honestly it got more and more regular and necessary to use save states for near perfect section completions as the difficulty really ramped up. Anyway, here we are. I finally beat the 5th track in first place, and your reward for winning is that you repeat the track again. Whoop-de-doo. Well, now I'm turning on the cheats to push this forward a bit. Yeah, this is a lot more fun. Yeah. Yep, see, as you pass track 5, you go track 5, 2, then track 5, 3, or however many times you keep beating the same track. Oh, that's so awesome. When you jump this high, you go off the top of the screen and come out the bottom. And if you come out the bottom and you go too far, you just warp back up to the playing field. That's awesome. Alright, so after beating the Nintendo version, I wondered what had been cut or changed when they had the arcade version. So I'm going to do the Master Beater treatment of the arcade as well. Well, first of all, you only select tracks 1, 2, or 3 based on difficulty. Then, for each track, you first have to do a single lap qualifying run. If you qualify by beating at least the 5th place time, you get to compete in the full race with all the other racers. I like this aspect a lot. I wish they had like maybe an arcade mode or something for the home version where you could do the qualifying race as a way to get familiar with the course, and then when you win that, you get to play against the real racers. That'd be the way to go. Another major difference they have is that they have bonus rounds for you after track number 3 and after track 6. It's really fun. It's a mini game where you hold down the turbo and jump as many cars or trucks or whatever those are. Just jump them as best as possible. Clear every vehicle and you get your perfect score of 10,000 bonus points. And those points actually come in handy because they award you extra lives in this arcade game. If you lose a race and you have some extra lives, you actually get to try racing again. So that's a really nice feature. Something else I noticed, I think the tracks are actually easier to win on the arcade. It was almost impossible to win on the NES. Maybe because on the home console you have to get at least 3rd place, where in the arcade you can get as far down as 5th place. But I think that probably frustrated a lot of NESers. Also, the higher levels are hard enough if you just turn on unlimited turbo with the MAME cheat. It makes the game more fun though, and you don't have to constantly fight with overheating. You just concentrate on how to navigate the course in fast enough time. It's actually pretty fun to just race with turbo down. Still hard. And finally, the arcade has 7 different tracks while NES only used 5. I like the added variety. The difficulty ramps up more steadily in the arcade. NES track number 5 and the arcade track number 7 are the same, so you can see how hard NES gets a lot more early. So there you go. If you beat track 7, you go to track 8. It's the same as track 7 again. It's just that the time that you need to beat to qualify and keep going gets harder and harder. Finally, what's cool in the arcade, they track all the best times for each track as well as the highest score overall. So there's really a lot of cool arcade features here, and they're really pushing the put your initials in and show everybody what you can do. But anyway, that's really it from Excitebike. You know, I recently read the Nintendo Fun Club news, number 1, the first one, and it was mentioned there. It was quite popular at the time Fun Club came out. It was out in stores along with all the other early Nintendo titles, so historically, it's a good game to play too. But don't forget to play the arcade version as well, or you'll miss out on some other cool features and the better of the 2 games. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, this is Retro Master Beater. Let me know in the comments what other kinds of games I can tackle for you.